how it goes is this, right? When you're in the industry, sometimes someone will say, well, you got to say this, you got to say that, you got to say this. But then you're thinking, well, what would I have to say like to please the heads?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I was never ever that person to say I'm going to please no heads.
Yeah.
I just talk my thing, I don't care. So...
Has that got anything to do with you not being involved with Sky now?
Yeah, of course, it's got lots to do with it. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is this, Sky done me a favour. I'm at ESPN now.
No, there's no hate for them. We're just keeping it real.
No, I'm keeping it real. And it's not only that, but it's like, as it says in scripture, what is man?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What is man? Come on, you're going to call it as it is. So, I'm very secure in myself. But it's taken ages for me to find that security. There's men who are way older than me who still haven't found that security. So how they would feel good or feel uplifted is like, I said certain things that was maybe a year and a half too early.
Okay.
Like the lack of diversity inside the sport.
Yes.
Like when I did throw the flames on Eddie Hearn and Queensbury, Frank Warren's thing, saying, well, how comes you're earning from people of my skin tone, but you haven't got none of them as employees working in your office? Not even someone who could make a cup of tea. You could, I am a black person who could do that. Right. So I said that, and it is like where it has been a kind of.
Where's all the black faces in Sky? Are they? You're working
I don't. They start to bring them in now.
I'm talking about a decision-making table.
No, none. Right? They started to bring them in now. I can tell you that now. Okay. And everyone's saying, so at the time now, there's guys who are like, when they're having their board meetings, they're like, you know what, Spencer is right. You know? And the reason why I know, because the same heads in the board meeting are phoning me up now saying, no, you're actually right, Spencer. So therefore, I know my supposed sacrifice, which wasn't a sacrifice, it's just part of the journey. The supposed sacrifice of me saying the things that I said. Not only that, I told you, it's only last year I got diagnosed with autism. But like I said, if anybody knew me, they really know that, like, right? So certain things, you can't put me in a certain situation. I'm not talking about the thing. You know? So it is what it is. But what I'm trying to say, George Floyd was horrifically murdered, and the whole world saw that. And the narrative, which I'm in agreement of the narrative of Black Lives Matter, the organization, I'm not in agreement of. But that's another story for another day. Right? But the narrative, 100%, I'm with you. 100% with you. It reverberated around the whole world. So guys inside these corporate things had to start looking at themselves to say, well, boy, you know what? Maybe me just being compliant with how things are means that I'm perpetuating this of European privilege. You can't call it white privilege. It's European privilege. No understanding. So when you understand the basis of racism, so I will speak out on those kind of things, which will get taken up in newspapers and think, well, Spencer Fearon said that. And he said, blah, blah, blah. And it would, and then they'll feel a little bit, ooh, because it's not a subject that they want to tackle.
That's right.
But now it's in your face, you have to tackle it. Right. So me not being there now, you see, me not being there, and they're thinking, rah, but you know what, Spencer did say it. All it does is this. I remember 5 years ago, there was a Black Lives Matter march in London, right? And it was going from Hyde Park all the way right round, and they ended up in Parliament at the end of the march. And I remember going on this march, and this time I'm heavy in Sky, just got my contract, I'm happy, I'm getting more money a week time, it's all blessed. Nice. And I've gone there on the march, and I'm seeing a couple guys see me. I remember, who did I see on the march? I saw Quincy the comedian, Kojo, who else I saw? Carla. Meaning was talking. That's the first time I met Carla. Carla was like, rah, the knowledge. Bro, bear my brethren. They're on your thing, you know. They love you. Nice. Meaning was reasoning. We walked down. And I saw other guys that said, rah, but Spence, you're at Sky. You got to be careful, you know. Everyone's careful of what? Are you mad? Careful to actually just you get what I'm trying to say to you? Right. So many people. So, hold up a second. So there's a couple of people, I don't know who there's a couple of people working in the industry with me. And I'm saying, right, this is March. It'd be great if you came down as well, because man saw me and you marching down there together. That's a big look. They didn't do nothing. But I got phone calls from them same people saying, oh, Spence, you know what? I saw that you put it out on your Instagram. Like, I've got to rate you, you know? I'll give you bare ratings. So people are sitting there thinking that I'm some big racist, like I hate white folks or anything. No, I'm standing up against injustice.
That's all I've been
Period.
saying.